Academy Inspector training videos. We're here in Lowell, Massachusetts. We got Bob Marsiglia. He's the building commissioner here in Lowell. And we're doing some downtown walk around training. And these are just some of the standards that he's looking for. This is the Sun Building. And this is a great building to look at simply because it's beige in color. A couple of things here we look for. Must be structurally sound, must be kept painted. So did it pass the paint test? More rust than paint, or more paint than rust? So that's all you really need to know. But let's say somebody painted this whole thing. What other things can we look for? The next one for structural is original hardware. Any evidence of maintenance just from the ground. You don't have to go up 10 stories. Because if they didn't fix the first floor, they didn't fix the 9th floor either.
No, these are rivets too.
So these are all rivets indicating that this is older than 75 years old, because rivets are 75 plus years old on average. Square head bolts are 50 to 75 years old on average. Now, do you see any icing or dragon tears and rust coming down the wall?
Everywhere.
So that means you know that the wall is getting penetrated with water. Let's look at the grading. Is the grading showing any displacements on the spacers that keep the grading?
Yeah.
How about the treads going up? Do you see rust between the angle clip and the flat bar on each side of the stringers?
Yes.
When you're looking at the clip that holds the entire staircase up above, does it look like it has original hardware or any repairs, any evidence of maintenance anywhere?
Negative. No, it's all original.
There used to be a cantilever here, I believe, that they took out because you can see all the cuts, and they put in this fold-out. And this fold-out ladder is an example of what you can put in some cases when the city allows it. But you lift that latch, and when that latch opens, this ladder actually opens to the right side, and it opens up into an 18-inch. And a lot of times you can find out whether it's in good condition or not if you can pull it just by, but it looks like it's frozen, because if you don't keep these things oiled and greased, they don't open up even when you release them. Yeah. A lot of damage. You can even see that the bottom plate up there is pulled away. Okay, so now this is a very obvious. Now also, you have an EPA rule here. Fire escapes that are older than 1978 have lead as a base. You think this fire escape has lead?
Yes.
So you need to be a licensed renovator. So anybody fixing this fire escape is not only have to be a licensed renovator, must pull a permit to do any repair work on this, must have engineer oversight, and the engineer must make sure that there's a permit pulled. The engineer needs to do 3 to 5 visits, and on a fire escape of this magnitude, it's probably going to be 5 to 10 visits to verify every connection. And into the wall, what do you want them to do? You want them just to patch up at the veneer level, or do you want to verify or nullify these connections into this wall?
They all have to be, they can't be verified because they're all failed. You can see the
Right,
expensive rust.
right. Lots of tears everywhere. So on this one, would you recommend individual connections back with epoxy bolts, you know, the Hilti's 8 to 12 inches, or would you want unification, which is a piece of angle 3 by 3 going along the whole length underneath, and every 2 or 3 feet as per the engineer's order, epoxy bolt all of it, the angle, and then the angle clip ties back into all these T-bars. Because you know what the problem is with the wall on this on the front of the building. Would you want individual epoxies, or would you want unification as a better method here at this building?
Probably unification, but then the existing individual beams that are coming out look like they may be in need of replacement in some cases.
Well, that's a different story. That's either sistering. You're mainly concerned about the tie-ins, because even if they're rotting near the beginning, we can sister that up and pick it up, because the angle, the 4x4, can pick it up beyond any rusting or any problem at the wall level. Yeah. But unification is what I would recommend here, because we have a problem wall on this building that's older than 1920s. So unification would give me more strength than individual. Yeah. So this one is an easy giveaway, because this is a beige fire escape on a white building, and you can just see all the problems. But let's look over here. And again, you don't see any evidence of maintenance. All original rivets. This is 75 plus years old. Yeah. Let's look at this one, and what kind of bolts you see here? Rivets or squares?
It's a square.
And this is a dark, gloomy day, so it's dark here. So you know, for you to be seeing fire escape rust, it's very difficult. I mean, you can see rust on this one, but now you're an inspector and you're coming down here, so it's an easy thing. More paint than rust, or more rust than paint on this fire escape? What do you say?
This looks like it has more paint than rust.
Okay, so you can't get them on the paint maintenance issue, but now let's take a look and see if there's been evidence of maintenance. Let's just look for any square heads. So on from the side here, any of the gussets, you see any hex head bolts anywhere? On anyone, you see any shiny new bolt anywhere?
No, They look like they're all original square head.
So they're all original squares. Let's take a look over here on this cantilever. This cantilever, any evidence of maintenance? Any evidence? You see rust blowing out?
I see a lot of rust. I see square heads.
And you see this contraption here, they've attached things to the cantilever. You got the weight box on both sides. Any maintenance to the weights. Release arm, perfect release arm. Look all this smashed release arm.
Yeah, the release arm is not working because it's in the open position now.
Yeah,
so
it's in the open position.
It wouldn't be working. So this thing is
Out of balance.
out of balance. It looks like it was pinned up.
And let's see where it's pinned, and it got hit by a truck. Do you agree that it got hit by a truck?
They put a wooden dowel above the door to keep it from dropping. So
So they got,
you can't open.
it won't even come down, so you got a life safety issue now because these people are gonna come walking out as far as they can until that dowel gives way, and then what's happened? You're gonna have a collapse. How about obstruction? We got plenty of obstruction on this fire escape?
Yeah.
Okay? You look up, you got evidence of maintenance on any of these treads and any of these fire escapes going up?
No evidence.
How about the wall, going into the wall? You see any rusty tears? Any blowout? Any spalling?
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So even if they painted this fire escape, the fact that there's no hex head bolts anywhere is evidence that there's been no maintenance in 75 years, in at least 50 to 75 years. Let's take a look at this deck. This deck is made out of steel or wood.
Steel and wood, it looks like.
So cement to a wood lip of some kind.
Yeah.
You think that's safe or rotted?
It's deteriorated.
Okay. So
Wood
let's.
decking is all rotted. You can see it's got
Yeah.
asphalt on it.
Let me tell you something. This building right here, whose fire escape is this? Is this the right side fire escape? Because it looks like there's a door up there. Because it looks like this fire escape on this independent building shares this fire escape. So who has to pay for this fix? It's this building. Because this fire escape belongs to them. This fire escape uses this fire escape to get down. Now, do you know what happens when a fire escape, do you think that was truck damage? Right there?
Possible.
Well, I mean the bend. You think
Yeah.
people came out and bent it, or you think
No.
it was truck damage? Now, are you aware that the law says that in case there's truck damage, whether you know who it is, this is a hit and run? Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
Whether this was done yesterday or 25 years ago, the insurance on this building will fix this fire escape. This is what we call a fire escape lottery ticket, because I have to fix this fire escape and bring it back to operational condition. So the owner who's going to get a violation on this, if he gets the right guy that knows how to advise him, he's going to say, dude, the insurance company is going to fix this 100% for free, simply because if you know who the truck is that smashed it, no, I don't know, then your own insurance with your deductible of $1,000, $2,000, or $5,000 is going to fix this thing 100%, because I got to bring it back to operational
Just
condition.
the damaged area?
Not the damage. The whole fire escape must be brought back to operational condition. So,
Not this.
no, because this is a different building. If this building was hit for any reason, he feeds into this one. So the insurance company has to fix this whole cantilever for this guy that you're going to write a violation on.
Look at the electrical up there.
Yep. Electrical is usually 10 feet away, because you stop pouring enough water on this fire escape during a fire, it's going to cause an electrocution of some kind.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, these guys who are writing the violations, they don't see enough of this. But the beauty about your new system is that when they walk back here, they put a yellow tag or a red tag here. Which one do they hang?
A red tag.
They red tag this one. What about that one?
That's definitely a red tag.
These red tags are going to do what for the firemen?
They'll keep them safe. They would realize they can't go up on them.
And what about the tenants who pay rent here? What would a red tag do for them?
Might be able to withhold their rent.
Withhold their rent and say, hey, it's not safe. Make it safe for me. So this is Alleyway Inspection, Firescape Academy Inspector Training. We're here in Lowell, Massachusetts. Inspector Training.